ho denyo ho wada dang dang. And God denyo ho denyo ho wada dang dang. This is the voice of the patriot. Where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it must only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Our country. Or nothing. Not to pay ye. Uriye. This is the headquarters of the truth, and my name Black Rasta. Today in our editorial, oh gosh, we have a number of issues, and if you're ready, let's go straight up. Now the very first story we are looking at today is taken from Ghana Web, and it says called Kennedy Agyapong's bluff. Governor Agyapong is faithful. And I read, Engineer Kennedy Agyapong, a presidential aspirant in the New Patriotic Party's primaries up. In fact, the New Patriotic Party's upcoming flag bearership primaries has called on party faithfuls to unite and call the bluff of fellow aspirant Kennedy Agyapong over what he describes as persistent mudslinging, falsehoods, and divisive rhetorics directed at the party and its government. Now, speaking in an interview with broadcaster Kwame Edinkra, Engineer Agyapong described it as ridiculous and despicable for anyone within the MPP to claim they signed important documents without reading them, or to trivialize Ghana's engagement with the International Monetary Fund by suggesting leaders merely went to sip tea and sign our death warrant. That kind of talk is bad, and he should stop it. Engineer Agyapong said, stressing that such commentary has become a recurring pattern. This is what he's been doing all the time, and so he must stop it. As a custodian of the party's history, I will not sit down for him to constantly distort it. He accused Kennedy Agyapong of deliberately misrepresenting the record of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his administration, including claims that the government was wicked and had abandoned the grassroots. According to him, such messaging is calculated to sow resentment within the party's base and weaken internal cohesion. Engineer Agyapong argued that those claims do not stand up to scrutiny, insisting that Kennedy Agyapong is amongst the major beneficiaries of the government led by former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He alleged that Kennedy Agyapong received a lion's share of lucrative state opportunities, yet now portrays himself as having been sidelined. Kennedy Agyapong is a man that I truly love and respect. We have interviewed him on this show before. He suffered in the days of the Rawlings regime. His father was slaughtered. He was one of the judges killed and set ablaze at Bondanse. Now, he said something that is very, very pivotal in this discourse. He says that Kennedy Agyapong has the penchant of mudslinging his own party and weakening the very base, the very fabric of the NPP. He doesn't end there. He goes ahead to say that Kennedy Agyapong has enjoyed the lion's share in the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo regime, but he constantly comes out to mudsling the party. This is not the first time I'm hearing that Kennedy Agyapong gets the lion's share, and then after that he comes back to badmouth the government. My brother, my sister, is it true that Kennedy Agyapong has received so much in the days of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo? We have been told about contracts, lucrative contracts, juicy contracts that went the way of Kennedy Agyapong. And he has not denied it. He said he worked hard for that. He spent a lot of money on the party, buying pickups and buying so many other such things for the party. One of the financiers of the party, he claims. Though in recent times, we have been told that a lot of it is nothing but just talk. Now, it appears to me Kennedy Agyapong is a man who only remembers today and doesn't remember tomorrow. You do so much for him, you offend him tomorrow, he doesn't remember what you did for him in the past. Am I correct? Is he the kind of person? Is Kennedy Agyapong a loose talker? Is Kennedy Agyapong careless? He says that the foot soldiers of the party have been sidelined by a wicked Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, according to Kennedy Agyapong. Is it true? Now let us go a bit into this. Kennedy is a grassroots person. He doesn't have too much education, and he doesn't hide that. He says he doesn't have a PhD, but he has what is called QBE, qualified by experience. Which university? Asindompim International University of Grassroots people. My brother, my sister, he's almost like Trump. Not so much education, seen as very careless, yet the grassroots form the majority. The grassroots are looking for a man like this who speaks their language, careless, seemingly, and at the same time nonchalant. Whoever thought that Trump would rise to the presidency? Let's say it was a mistake. Russia helped to rig the elections. How did he win the second time? It looks like the world is crying for the grassroots people. They are fed up with the bourgeoisies, the suit-wearing thieves who call themselves politicians. They are fed up with the PhD holders. They are now looking for the QBE holders, qualified by experience. Trump made all the money. Yes, Trump made all the money. Yet he never had a PhD, not even a master's degree. Trump is not a man who talks education. He's just talking business. America voted him the first time. They regretted, kicked him out. What happened? They brought him back. And today, he happens to be a pain in the ass of America again. He's taking decisions that are not popular with the international society. But it looks like the American grassroots are loving him. Some might be disappointed, but it is what it is that we are seeing. Can I take you to the days of Barack Obama? How did he win the elections? Well, for the first time, we saw a black skin running for presidency. Bold enough in a racist country like America, where black people are gunned down on the streets like rats. Obama went in there with his black skin. He campaigned using the grassroots. Hey, I've never seen a campaign so beautifully strong like what happened in the year Obama contested. Hey, we had grassroots walking from door to door, campaigning for the presidency for Obama. Oh yes, grassroots volunteers. My brother, they walked from house to house in every state in America, knocking on people's doors, the Jehovah's Witness style, and they talked to them about voting for Obama. Do you remember? When again did this happen? I can only remember that the most vigorous was when Obama was here. Black and white hit the road running, knocking on each door and talking to them persuasively to vote for Barack Obama. Hey, when his opponents were all analog-minded, he hit Twitter. He hit social media hard. Which American president used the social media at the time? None. It was Barack Obama who introduced all of them to social media. Trump is a student of Barack Obama, take it or not. He hit social media, knowing very well all the young people were there. Remember Barack Obama's BlackBerry? In fact, the FBI, the American security system, had to dissociate Obama from his BlackBerry because the BlackBerry could easily be tracked. Remember, it was a Chinese product. Obama loved his BlackBerry. He spent more time with his BlackBerry than with his black ass. Can I say it again? He spent more time with his BlackBerry than his black ass. Excuse my Latin. My brother, my sister, at the end of the day, all the youth on social media, at the time it was Facebook and also Twitter. Of course, YouTube was there, but not so much was done there. Right on Twitter and Facebook, Obama captured all the youth in America. Trump is a social media boy. The only difference between Trump and Obama is the fact that one is educated and the other one is almost stark illiterate. Maybe the other reason is their skin color. Finally, my brother, my sister, this is Trump here. He won the first time by mistake. Now he's won the second time. Can you call that to a mistake? What Kennedy Agyapong doesn't know to do is social media. There is no social media account in the name of Kennedy Agyapong. He doesn't even know the difference between a password and a login panel. He doesn't. He's not a social media guy. But does it mean he's out of social media? No. There are people on social media who work for him. Yes, I understand that people would like to see him active on social media personally, but that he's lacking. Is he careless? Yes. Sometimes he's very careless. He speaks without cross-checking his facts. Finally, he comes to apologize. In this election, he has refused to apologize arrogantly, and he has cut a lot of people off. Is he speaking against his party? Yes, he speaks against everybody, not only his party. My brother, my sister, 31st will be the day everything will be decided. Would it go the way of Prophet Bernard Nelson, or it will go the way of Musa Dankwa? All fingers are pointing to a victory for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. According to Musa Dankwa, he would win by a very big margin. He would win 14 regions. Kennedy would win only 2 regions. If this is anything to go by, then let's get ready for the showdown. Let's get ready for the anger tantrums. Let us get ready for the vituperations. Can I say that again? Let's get ready for the vituperations. Because Kennedy Agyapong will certainly hit back in anger. He has spent a lot of money on this campaign. Even if he had a sea of money, I'm sure that by now it will be reduced to a little creek. Kennedy Agyapong says we should call his bluff and kick him out and deal with the real candidates. We are here. the next thing I would like to look at is quite interesting. He says Kennedy Agyapong supporters will disappoint him. And who is this? Prophet Emmanuel Worlasi. I don't know him. I don't know Emmanuel Worlasi. But we'll find out who he is. Now, the head pastor of the Kumasi branch of Conquerors Chapel International, Prophet Emmanuel Worlasi, has predicted a huge disappointment for new patriotic party flag bearer hopeful Kennedy Agyapong, claiming that his perceived grassroots support will translate into votes. Will not translate into votes, I beg your pardon. Now, speaking in an interview on Pure FM, the prophet said the revelation came during a spiritual encounter on May 6, when he was visited by an angel while praying on the mountain. According to Prophet Worlasi, his prayers at the time were not politically motivated. I was not praying about the NPP. I was praying about my life, my ministry, and my marriage. He explained that during the encounter, the angel instructed him to follow, and he showed him a vision related to the NPP's internal elections. The angel told me to follow him because he wanted to show me something. It was the same angel that helped me make prophetic declarations in 2024. And even before that, I've made several prophecies in Ghana and beyond that have all come to pass, he stated. Prophet Worlasi said, he was lifted into the clouds where he saw contrasting scenes involving the two leading contenders. I saw Dr. Mahmoud Baumia with a crowd following him, and some of the people were party leaders. They were not many. I also saw Honorable Kennedy Agyapong with a very large crowd, mostly young people. He narrated. He said his initial interpretation was that Kennedy Agyapong will emerge victorious, but the angel corrected him. I told myself that Kennedy would win, but the angel said that will not be the case, he said. The prophet further described a second vision, which he said clarified the meaning of what he had seen. I saw a supporter of Kennedy Agyapong enter the ballot box wearing his t-shirt, but when the person came out, he was wearing the t-shirt of Mahmoud Baumia. He explained. When he asked the angel for the meaning of the vision, Prophet Worlasi said he was told that Kennedy Agyapong supporters will ultimately vote against him. The angel told me that the crowd following Kennedy will disappoint him by not voting for him. According to the prophet, the revelation suggests that online popularity and visible crowd support may not reflect the actual outcome of the election. Well, according to the statistics, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is going to win. And the prophets are divided. Yes, some other statistics came out and said that Kennedy would win by 52%. We are here. We will see. I encourage more of the statistics because that way it helps us do more research and we'll be able to industrialize using such statistical information. Spirituality is very important, yes. At the same time, it is important to industrialize as well. For Kennedy Agyapong, my prayer is very simple. I used to believe that you were worth supporting until you went so tribalistic. And your reason was that Baumia was doing it, so you must match him boot for boot. You won't be a good president. No. Oh, this person has said bad things about me. Me too, I have to say bad things about the person. It's children who behave like that. I don't want to have a child president or a president with a child's thinking. We gave you an opportunity to apologize to the good people of Ghana for being tribalistic, so that at least we will say that it was an error. Like every other person makes errors, but arrogantly you refused. So me, I'm not a supporter of Kennedy Agyapong. And the reason is simple. Tribalism. And I can't for doors some chain. Omo. And I say, man, I was so shocked to hear that. And I asked myself, what? So this is the man that I thought that I should give a chance? What? As for Bawumia, I don't want you to get anywhere near the presidency. But for the NDC's sake, it will be good for you to win. Because the liar tag is still on you. No matter how much they baptize you with holy water, that liar tag will continue to be on you. A fine gentleman who allowed himself to be bamboozled into politics, and he has also become a figment of himself. Sad. I don't want him to win either. If anything at all, I would have liked Brian. But he too have heard about some shenanigans as in a payroll, whatever structure that he brought into being and all that. Shrouded in some kind of controversy. I don't have too much evidence as I haven't gone too much into that. So for that matter, I might just give him a benefit of the doubt. Kennedy Agyapong is a nice person. It's not bad. I'm not too sure about Educhum. Left to me alone, it doesn't even matter who becomes the flag bearer on the 31st. After all, the party itself is a demonic party. Whoever stands on that ticket is a demon. So what does it matter? Should it be Kennedy Agyapong or Educhum or whoever? You can go and bring Atai. I think we'll be a better candidate than all 5 of them combined. At least Atai is known for one thing: stealing. Stealing. But politicians have done worse than what Atai has done. But they are walking free. Am I subscribing to what Atai has done? Certainly not. I'm only saying that whilst we look for the physical thieves on the ground, let's also look for the bourgeoisie thieves who steal not by the barrel of the gun, but by the pen. I leave it here.